bit of a different one today, because I need to make some signs. We were going to be planting some trees, but unfortunately it's pouring down with rain and it's a bit wet. So, although I will be talking about politics as well in this video, or this live stream, we're going to be making some signs like this one. No, not that one, where's it gone? Over here, like this one. So we'll be using the route and what have you to make some signs. Now, I've got a few names I've scribbled down off my list of that I need to do. The list is getting quite long, actually. I've got a list up here, you see. We've done a load already, actually, for the actual GoFundMe, for the planting. Doing the tree plantings, you probably already know, because I've mentioned it several times in my videos, regarding planting trees, 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land here in France. Hello, Harry! And, and the idea being is we just want to try and create a habitat, and obviously planting trees is a good idea anyway. We think it is. I think most people do, to be honest, because people have been donating them, which is brilliant. And there's a GoFundMe link. I don't know if it's in the video in this live stream yet, but it will be later. Now, I've got to make those signs for people. So what I'm going to do is I'm doing some rustic ones as well as using reclaimed materials, such as that. And that's all pallet wood, that one is. But we're using all sorts of stuff really, whatever we can get our hands on to make the signs for the trees. And so what we do is, after I've made them, I then dunk them in a load of linseed oil to protect them. It does mean it's going to be an ongoing job every year, a couple of years. We're going to have to keep treating them. But in this live stream, so while you're here, I'll be making some signs, what have you, but also more madness is afoot, isn't it? Yes, we've got people saying that we can just rejoin the EU. Or, I know, let's have a Swiss deal. That's what they're talking about now, isn't it? A Swiss deal. That's all very well, but it comes with other requirements. Oh, here comes more dear missus.
No, that's just me, but the picture's very blurry. I can't see anything much.
Oh, what? Oh, okay, so let me just double check what internet I'm on. Oh, it says I'm on full then. Right, hopefully that should be better. If it was a bit strange, like a bit blurry. Mrs. said the live stream was a bit blurry. Hopefully it's a bit better now, because I'm connected much closer to the house. Right, where was I? Yeah, the Swiss deal. There's this Swiss deal. And everyone's talking about it at the moment. It's not going to happen. It's for the birds. It really is for the birds. But this isn't... A lot of people talk about it today and yesterday. But it's actually loads of business folk have been talking about this. Well, last month and early this month as well, trying to put pressure on the government to engage in some kind of Swiss arrangement. Now, the Swiss don't like their deal with the EU. The EU don't like the deal with the Swiss. And Nigel Farage certainly won't like any of it. No, not at all. Hello, Jerry. Who we got here then? We've got Jerry here. Oh, not just Sawdust. Yeah, I'm in the workshop, buddy. And David Roberts, IDI. Buongio, no, because what is that Italian? You're making. I am. I'm going to be making some rejoins, some protest signs for rejoining. No, was it a bit clickbait? Yeah, I suppose it was. Hello, Ruth. Hello there, and Nugget and Maverick. I'm on the arm, of course. That's me. Hello, gingers. Rejoin with the filthy water. No, you don't want to do that. Yeah. You got poop, and wee in your water. And even in your tap water now, so it's good, isn't it? Yeah, lovely. I'd rather have a Swiss roll. What, a chocolate Swiss roll or jam Swiss roll? Oh. Seba. Crystal. And Harry Maker. Okay, scroll at the bottom here. Right, so what we're going to do in this live stream, I want to talk about stuff, but also I want to make some signs for our GoFundMe, because we're planting trees, and my promise was that we're going to be putting signs, or people made donations, to buy a tree basically, and we're putting signs with the trees. So, just knock this one up just so I could just show you what we're doing. It's right, we're on 222. I've got like 2 or 3 of these, because this, Philip Short, he made a few donations, so he's asked me to do one with each part of the tree and what have you. To do with the sun, you see. So, anyway, that's, lots of sad stories come through when you do this. When people want to do donations with, for like in memory of people. I didn't realise how many people lose their family members at such a young age. It's so sad. But yeah, you probably know what my feelings are about rejoining the EU or joining the EU, because that's the problem. You see, there is no actually rejoining, really, is it? It's just joining. Yeah, the likelihood of us joining the EU on the same terms that we had before is for the birds. Yeah. If we were ever to join the EU, for one thing, you'd most certainly lose the pound, the sterling. You'd have to, engage with the euro, and you certainly wouldn't. Well, obviously, be freedom of movement. It'd have to be that to work. And yeah, obviously Schengen as well. So the idea that we're not going to be able to, anyway, we have Schengen, so there'll be no passports across the channel. I don't know how that works actually. But anyway, it's I just can't see it happening. And let's say, for instance, argument's sake, okay, everything's all tickety-boo, and we could rejoin. I'll have to turn the heat on. My feet are freezing. Put it on the floor though, just a second. If we could rejoin the EU, and everything, oh yeah, this looks good. We're going to rejoin the EU. Yay, fantastic. Don't get me wrong, I'd love us to. I really would. I forgot what to say now. I spent my feet were freezing. And how long would it take? How long does it take for other countries to get anywhere near getting close to even being considered for the European Union membership? Or even the single market? It takes years, if not decades. Meanwhile, we're losing money. Yeah. We're losing money. Businesses can't trade. Is that any better? Yeah, it's no good you come in here and show me because your internet's lost. Well done. Okay. It might be what you're connected to, Dan.
Might be.
I'll check on here in a sec. I'll check on mine.
Yeah, ask people.
You just knocked everything off. She's knocking everything off my walls, open the doors and just slam the doors, and she's knocked everything off. Is the image quality okay? Because my dear missus said it's really blurry. So, what do you reckon? And my girlfriend left me. Oh no! And while later came back, crawling back in tears to get back with me. Guess what? It was under my terms. Yeah, that's about right. I like it. And about to leave. Late and about to leave. No. And you got to. I've only got. You got a lot of clamps. I've only got clamps. Yeah, I've counted them. I did count them a while back, actually, a year ago. The G clamps and my F clamps. I've got about 120 clamps. They're not all up there. I've got clamps over there. I've got another drawer over here. Clamps over there. I've got clamps everywhere. I use a lot of clamps. I do. Got to hold the stuff together. So, is the video quality okay? This is a question. I was a bit worried because the missus. Oh, good. Oh, nice one. That's probably just my missus. She's using a dodgy tablet. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's what I like to hear. Right. Anyway, we're making some signs as well. While I'm chatting to you guys and gals as well. I've wrote a few names down here that I was going to do. I've done a load already, you see, but I've got to do Edouard Van Rolt, Bernard Joyon, Hout Huber, Habenberger, have a burger, that'll do. Joel Kosa, and Robert Peterson, and Nico de Schmidt as well. I think he's got a couple coming actually, but I can't remember now. I have to look at my things, but I'll do one for now anyway. So basically anyone who's made a donation for a tree, I'm actually making signs, and we're going to be using the router, this little palm router like that, and we're going to be making signs like that. Yeah, that's the plan. I think. Where's my coffee gone? I had a coffee here a minute ago. I was behind me, it's getting cold. Yeah, so, although, I know people want to talk about this, it's so negative regarding rejoining or joining the European Union for the United Kingdom, and because, I don't want it to happen, because I do want it to happen. Most definitely want it to happen. I just don't see it, though. I'm a realist. I'm a practical person, you see, because I make things. You know, people who make stuff are generally quite practical. Well, they should be, otherwise they shouldn't be making stuff. Yeah. Because there's no point. Because it's not practical, otherwise, is it? No. Oh, anyway, I digress. Oh, I've got 37 people there watching me. Oh my God, you poor people, you've got nothing better to do. Will they actually want us back? No, that's the other thing, Jerry. Jerry Powell, I don't actually think... If there is a veto to be had, some people don't necessarily think there is a veto because things have changed. I think there is a veto, but things have changed. It isn't like it was when Charles de Gaulle vetoed the UK all those years back, because it's not the same thing anymore, is it? This is the European Union, and it's not the same. It's not just the customs union and all that. But I don't think they would. I think so many people. I think they moved away from the UK now, and I think so many countries now have decided that isn't necessarily for them. You know, and if you look at Article 2 and Article 49, which refers to Article 2 as well, it basically states in you have to be committed. We're just showing that we're not committed by leaving it. I know there's no precedents for this, but you know, in the end of the day, we said, "F you, we're off." You just display complete non-committance. And then we've obviously got all these trade deals. I was quite pleasantly surprised that they did manage to write in clause 328, I remember the numbers, in the Australian trade deal, which basically gives them 6 months to get out of that deal. I thought, thank God for that. Thank God they had the sense to do that. But I don't mean to say there would be no litigation. No. It just means to say that you can do it. But they could still get damages. But, yeah, if you pull that out of the Australian deal. But it's just one of the things, I suppose, because the Australian deal is going to cripple the United Kingdom. And George Eustace has decided to be useful and speak the truth, because he's on the backbenches now. So he's now said, well, actually, this deal isn't very good for British farmers. And, oh, my God, no, it's not. They're being screwed. And like, being Blackford, the SNP, he said, didn't he, in Parliament, he said about the crofters and about 36,000 tonnes of beef and so many tonnes of pork and this, that and the other, and it's terrible for Scottish farmers and Scottish crofters and what have you. And he said that back then, clear as day. It's all in the small print, you see. People don't look at the small print, all they look at is the headline, and that's the problem these days. People these days, most people, including my missus, including myself, right, don't read the whole article, or they will just read the headline and maybe the first paragraph. And I proved it to the missus this morning. She knows this already, to be fair to her. And she said that, what was it again? That was something regarding, what was it? Oh, I can't remember now. If she's honest, then maybe she can leave it in the comments. Oh, what was it again? Well, basically, it gave you a little bit of information, typical clickbait. Oh, it was about pharmacies, that's it, about the pharmacies. Oh, they ain't got enough pharmacists, pharmacies are closing. And I said to Carol, I bet it's just something like, I bet they're not actually all closing because of that. No, they're just going to be reducing their hours, aren't they? Or they're going to be shutting up at certain times and stuff. Yeah, I was right. Clickbait. Now, that's the problem with YouTube as well, because as you know, my channel is really suffering at the moment, so I've calmed down putting videos up because I'm really flogging the dead horse here. And I'm just going to do 2 videos a day at that moment. I was doing quite a few, as you probably already know, and it hasn't been doing me any favours, and even they haven't been getting many views. So I thought to myself, well, I need to calm down because I need to earn money. I'll be absolutely honest with you, I need to earn money. Otherwise, we can't pay our bills. So I have to look at other ways of bringing the money in, because the channel's doing so badly. And 1 minute you're up there, you're doing this is looking good. So you put everything into it, and all of a sudden it's going to flop. Just that. I can't live like that. I'm sorry, I just can't. It's just 1 minute on the high, next minute you're in the doldrums, and it's depressing. It's really depressing. It's okay if you're obviously one of them channels that is not as erratic as mine, because I am a bit erratic, as you probably noticed. It's yeah, like for instance, you've got channels on, even like Daily Blase, he's doing really well. He gets a lot of views on his videos, what have you, considering he put up. And but he's very regular, and his channel's built up nicely. Obviously, Max Royspear and obviously Phil Morehouse, they're always the same. You know what you're going to get. With me, I'm just erratic, and this is who I am. Sorry, but YouTube doesn't like it though. No, they don't. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What shall I do first? But I'm not giving up. Just don't get me wrong, I'm not giving up. I'm just calming down a bit. I suppose I'll start from the top of my list. So I'm going to do an Edward Van Rant. Sounds very posh, doesn't it? But I know he's not that posh because I know him. So what I'll do first, I'm just literally going to scribble it down. I'm not going to, haven't done any printing off or anything like that. I'm going to transfer it on via carbon paper. This is all going to be done by hand. Oh, so I just need to make sure there's plenty of space between my letters. Oh, my light has gone out. Oh no. Who turned the lights out? I'm waving. It's not working. Oh, he's back again. Hello there. Actually, it looks darker now. I've turned it. Yeah, there you go. Right, anyway. So, Edward. So you have to make sure you've got plenty of space between because the size of the bit in the actual rotor, you see. So then. I'm not following these letters. All of them. It's 2 A's in the rolt. If I remember rightly. Quite a long one, that one. So I'm literally just going to go with those. So I might turn the microphone round. If it's too noisy, I'll spin the microphone round so it's noisy. But let's see what you're saying first. What have I said? The people are gone. I have to go. Okay, I'll need to take over. But I'll be back. Oh, nice one. Yeah, I'll probably still be streaming. I've got to make loser signs. Hey, cheers, sister. They love me. Brexit didn't break Britain. The Tories broke Britain, they did, with their politics and division, but Brexit also broke, what? It was the dividend society that made Brexit possible. But Brexit was never going to work, though. It's just not possible. Hello, Mad Milk Buddy, how you doing there? Hello, everybody, says, hope you've all had a lovely day. Well, I was going to be planting trees today, but it's pouring down with rain. That's actually stopped raining now, but it's just soaked. Everywhere's soaking wet. Don't fancy digging holes in wet grass. No. Have to be honest, we don't want you back. I don't blame you. No one wants me. Oh, you mean the UK? Okay. You have too much baggage, writing as an Irish person settled in Spain. To be a little bit blunt, we EU citizens don't even care about you even more anymore. Don't care about you anymore. You could make a song about that, couldn't you? I don't care about you anymore. Or something like that. Oh no, I can't sing. Right, here we go. Push me up. Ooh. Quick way. I should have a mask on mine. So that's the first part of it. Edward. Got to do the van route. And then there'll be black letters. There'll be, like I've done on this one over here. Just see the letters using black. Then they'll be oiled. I won't be doing too long with this router because it's going to be too noisy for you all. I was just thinking about work gloves. I don't wear them either. No, but I can't feel what I'm doing because I've got carpal tunnel syndrome. It's basically, well, my nerves are having come through here with my hands. Years of kind of manual work. And I've damaged my hands. And I've had 2 operations. You would see there's a scar there and there's a scar there. Where they've like had a carve about in my wrists. So there's free space. Because basically there's got scar tissue. Years and years of like, yeah, manual work. And I've lost a bit of dexterity in my fingers. So I can't wear gloves. if I wear gloves, even latex gloves or glazer's gloves, the tight ones, I struggle. I can't feel nothing. I don't seem to have that dexterity in my fingers as I used to. I used to do quite fine work in that, especially modelling and that. Not that kind of modelling. I wasn't into that. No one would buy it. No. I mean, like modern airplanes and stuff. Yeah, fly models. Sneezies. Oh, dear me. Dust. Dear me. That dust. I shouldn't do that, should I? I told you all weeks ago the Tories were looking to rejoin the single market, and that's the Red Wall rebuilt. Yeah. The Red Wall's not going to be very happy, are they? Labour's is struggling as well with that one. Was it Rachel Reeves the other day? She's kind of just confirming what we heard from Keir Starmer regarding, no, we're not going to be joining the single market, blah, 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 blah. But we can renegotiate the deal and make it better. How? And let's get real here. Labour, they voted for this deal. They voted for the Trade and Cooperation Agreement. So they're complicit. I don't see where their argument is. I really don't. To one say the deal's no good, and the fact they voted for it, they didn't abstain, did they? Well, some people might, I don't think they did. Oh, getting there. Route. No, 2 hours in route. I'm just going to double check make sure I got my spelling right. Nope, not that one. Not that one. I suppose I could do a search. I might do a search. I'm searching. Nope, there isn't. That's right. So that's an LTE. I think I'll do 2 more letters. 3 more letters, sorry. Put the filter on. I really should put the mask on. Oh dear. I'll get told off. Oh, missed a bit there. Hang on. La 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 la. Right. Oh, we'll go deep enough on that. Oh, missed a bit. Yeah, that's better. I've got quite a few of these signs to make, by the way. So there you go, there's Edward. Yeah, all good those. I'm not going to cut the length yet. I'll it's a light dose this, just a very light dose. Just start on the letters a little bit. I don't want to do too much because there's no point. So that's what. We'll put it on one side while that dries. I'll go to the next one in a minute. See what you say, Verso. Okay, my fan. La 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 la. Labour did vote for the deal. Yeah, I'll be damned if I remember why. But I think they were frightened there was going to be no deal, like most people who voted for it. But don't forget, you can't forget this. The Conservatives nor Labour actually read that deal. They were relying on what they were told. Victoria Prentice was too busy at a nativity, she said. Yes, at a kid's nativity. Making reindeers out of logs and stuff. You know what I mean. But no, the country's security financial security was not important enough. For God's sake. How? No, they didn't vote for it. Oh, they did vote for it. I mean, they didn't read it. No, they didn't read for it. So yeah, read it. They didn't read the Trade and Cooperation Agreement. I'll get the worms out in a minute. Oh no, it's maddening, isn't it? It's absolutely maddening. Oh, we got Assy here. Got Scotsman there. Got Scotsman. Actually, Scotsman watching this channel at the moment. I'm looking for ideas and any video clips and stuff I can put together, a mashup or whatever, regarding Indie Ref 2 and whatever. You know what my views are on it. But I'm sure you guys and gals who have more your ears to the ground much closer as mine is regarding Scottish issues. And also, I'm not a Scot, so I don't obviously necessarily have the same. What's the word? Phrase. My heart isn't in Indie Ref 2 like yours is, I suppose. It is in this, but then again, it is in some ways, in that I think it must happen. Not because I want it to happen, no, but because I think it should happen. There's a difference. It's about what's right, and not about what I actually want. It's not about me, is it? No. I'm not going to be that selfish and say, oh, no, it's my Scotland, oh, I'm going to keep it for myself. No, not at all. It's not. If there's Scottish people to decide, and for us to try and impose our views on the Scottish people, it's just wrong. It's just immoral. It just is. I know, some people disagree with me. I just don't see any way out of it now. I think it's got to happen. It's really got to happen. Like I say, not because I want it to happen regarding Scottish independence, but because I think it should happen. There is a difference, isn't there? I said loads of people clicking off now. Don't want Scottish independence. Oops, supposed to be an exclamation marks. Oh. I was only joking. Making me a coffin. What? Making me a coffin for Death Valley? No. Well, on Wednesday morning we find out if our... Yeah, I heard about that. I think you told me actually, didn't you? Yeah. Is it about the court case and the legalities behind a vote? Doesn't mean to say the UK government is going to... Well, not the English government. If Westminster allow it though, does it? They can... But you can still have it though, can't you? They'll have to listen. They just have to. Oi, Marcus, I'm Scottish too, living in Scotland, says Ruth. I know you're Scottish. Scotland now needs independence more so now. It does. It really does. I'll be honest, it saddens me that it's actually come to this. I wish the Scottish people didn't feel they needed to have independence, if it makes any sense. Away from the unions, apart from being a so-called family, which it isn't, obviously. But I just wish it wasn't. I wish the Scottish people were treated properly, so there wasn't a need for it. If it makes any sense. Yeah. We the Irish are sniffing around the Scottish thing. I believe we have some sort of Celtic alliance already. We'd be delighted to be working with you outside of the UK. I bet you would. Why not? Well, what have we done in the UK? We've pulled up the drawbridge. the 27 member states of the EU. Why? It makes no sense. That's what I just can't get my head around. All this headbanging regarding, oh yeah, we voted to leave, you know. Sovereignty. I just want my Brexit, all that sort of thing, you know. It's just maddening. Starmer will never do it. The time he has a... I can't see that, was it? I can't see it. There's a little avatar here. An emoji. I can't see what it actually is. In his... Oh, okay, something. It's probably something rude. No, he ain't gonna do it, no. Not now he's gone down that old rabbit hole regarding not gonna have you know, not single market, no freedom of movement, never gonna rejoin. Labour did vote for the deal, yep. Does anything like sick Kendo Nagasaki, but does anyone think sick air Starmer? What? Oh, and the lights are gone out now. Sick air Starmer will force it enough. I don't know. Oh, I don't understand. That's probably because I'm going the wrong way, isn't it? You see. Oh, it's gone all moody now, isn't it? It's all gone moody. Look, my lighting's gone all strange. It's gone dark. Hello, Akazbad. Okay, scroll up. I've done that one already. Can we move the Scottish border to, let's say, Preston? Just asking for a friend. Right, so I'll tell you what we're doing. I'm just going to get a mask once so I can breathe. It's all happening at the moment. You've got the deal for Newport, the microchip people in down south, and that's been blocked because they're a Dutch company, or Chinese-owned Dutch company. Ta-da! So I'll cut them to length for the moment. Yeah, that particular company makes 32,000 wafers, yeah, for chips, not Kit Kats. The microchips, yeah, semiconductors. 32,000 every single month. And that company is a bit of an innovator as well, because they're doing graphene. I think I don't know if that company or a different company doing graphene coatings for the wafers, and it's a bit of a. They use about half the amount of energy than normal semiconductors, which is obviously a big deal. Considering what's going on at the moment, you should look at COP27, or should I say COP out 27. Yeah, so it's but the problem here is that the the Dutch are looking to appeal against the decision, but also if they need money, they need some input, some money input. Is there a possibility it could get nationalised? Because that's really what should happen. If you want to protect it, you need to nationalise it. That's not going to happen, is it? No, I don't think so. Right, where's my bit of paper gone that I had my words on? Oh, where is it? Might that one be better? Thank you, the Schmidt. Will that fit on there? Maybe. Or will that fit on there? Maybe not. I'll go with there. Oh, hang on, not going there. La 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 la. Da 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 da. That one? Not there though. So I'm using, recycling old pallet wood. Obviously, I don't want that bit of wood in it. I don't want that in it. So I've got that to play with. So it's not going to fit on there. Took a chunk at my finger again. Always cut myself. Always cut myself. I might still go live tonight, talk about stuff as well, so. There it goes. That will be better. Right, so I can work from about half. So let's get rid of that one there. You've got to make sure you get enough space in between it because of the thickness of the router bit. Oh dear, I've got that in the way now. Put it in there. Bum 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 bum. That's it. So I'll do the Nico first. Right, that was wrong spelling or something stupid. I know it's a bit of an odd live stream. This is like Bo, except doing stuff at the same time. Like Bo as in Bo the fifth column or something. Alright, so Schmidt. Let's see. Nico de Schmidt. Obviously, they'll be cut to size and clean up the edges, and they'll be linseed oiled. Also, looks like I'll paint the lettering. Make them interesting. Maybe we should just start our own union. Oh, that's a good idea. A union of what, though? What? a union without Westminster in it. That might be a plan. A union with no Brexiters. Now that's a really good plan. I don't know if I find all... Hello, Steve. Oh, Stu K, hello there. Hello there, hi there. Hello, Jasper. David Rado missed out on Matt Hancock challenge. Oh, did he? I didn't see... You know, I watched the first few videos. I put a few up, didn't I? Regarding clips. I just want to get Matt Hancock eating the penis. And he did that, so it's kind of like, that's done and dusted now. So yeah, camel cock. Could have been camel toe, but it wasn't. No, my coffee's got water dust in it now. So I just wanted to show you guys what I'm doing, because I know I talk about the rewilding and what have you, garden, planting the trees and what have you, on it quite often on videos and stuff. But I want you to know that we are actually doing it. You know what I mean? So take your money. Well, no evidence that you're actually doing this stuff, but we are. We most definitely are, and we want to do it because one thing we enjoy anyway, and it's nice to you know, give something back in the sense of the nature and stuff like that, and the animals, and because of efforts regarding the birds and stuff we've been doing, regarding the bird feeders, constantly feeding birds, cost me a fortune on bird feed. Oh my god! And we actually we're quite happy about it in the sense that it's there's a marked improvement in the amount of wildlife we have here. And then this has been in the last couple of years since we started doing this, really. Since we started, you know, planting trees, but also making sure we've got loads of bird boxes and habitat, what have you. And you know, they're not threatened at all. And we have most definitely seen a marked improvement on it. Where's my mask? I need to sand this. I need to cut the length as well. So I'm just going to run over there, and I'm just going to... Oh, I'll turn you around and show you. I'm going to use that saw over there. That's my DeWalt radial arm saw. So I'm just going to cut that one to length and that one to length, and then sand it up. That's my radial arm saw. That's a good machine. Well, that's the third one I've had. That is the first one I had was one that my father gave me years ago, and I got sold on that. So then I got worn up, so I bought another one, which was quite old, and it's what am I doing? Gas off. So I've sold that. Oh, not sold that. I replaced that with this old one I've got there, which although it's even older than my original one, it's actually much better condition. That's right. Tangled up here. So what we use is linseed oil. I like this. Use lin. Yeah, so we'll soak them in those before we put them out. Something else I want to make is another bird table, as in for feeding table. I thought we'd make the rustic one, using an old log, this old branch. It's like a giant catapult. A tourniquet. So that one will be good. Bum, 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 bum. They look quite cool. They're done like this, sort of rustic like that. Sort of suits it because if you think of all the old trees, amongst the trees, it'd be a bit more. It don't take too long once you get your head around it. So, like I say, I've got a whole load more to do. If I need to bring some more wood in, really, that's all wet. Where's my hat? What have I done with my hat? What was it? Oh. Alright, my glasses. Oh, filters. Clear that here. So, this old larch is what it is, that is. It's old larch wood. And where's my phone? Right, there we go. Mr. Paul Angry Hutchison, you are all mad not being part of the European Union. Means we can only hold the government accountable for their own actions. And they can't blame the European Union anymore. No, that's right. That's a good point, actually. The shot themselves in the foot there. For decades now, they'll be, oh, it's all the European Union's fault. Oh my God, I've never mentioned this before, but my French neighbour, oh crikey. And see how it happens. Yeah, how we get a Brexit, how we get people like Nigel Farage. And it's so easy for them to be able to push that whole line, isn't it? You know, where, oh yeah, blame the European Union, what you say, you know, and gosh, you keep going on about, oh, it's not democratic. Did you vote for these people? No, because they didn't bother. That's the problem. That's why you haven't voted for these people, because you didn't bother to. It's just, it's painful. It really is painful. Now I understand. I know myself. Because like I say, I'm probably fitted into that boat myself before. Not regarding coming out of the EU and stuff like that, but regarding not really understanding what it was about. Like from how the European Union actually worked. Yeah, how people were voted in and stuff like that. Well, we voted in. Just because we didn't bother. Just because the British people didn't bother to vote their MEPs in. Instead, what do we get? We get Nigel Farage's and, oh my God, yeah, the Brexit Party. You get people like that. No wonder we're doomed. You get Anne Widdecombe. That's what you get. Anne Widdecombe and George Useless. Yeah, they all stood up there, didn't they? At Ode to Joy and what have you, and turned their back when the Ode to Joy was playing. They all did it. Yeah. What sort of message did that give to those in the European Union and regarding Brussels and the Commission and all that? What sort of message did it send to them? You know? There you go. They probably say, "Oh, it's Nigel Farage's lot, isn't it?" I think that compressor needs emptying the water. It gets a bit damp, that is. Here. So, oh, David's here. Where's David? David! Hello, David. How you doing, buddy? Hope you well. I'm sorry, Graham Who's isn't here, so you don't have to fetish over him. Cut my finger again. This is something to attain. If someone could copy and post to the USA, they'd lap this up. People doing normal stuff and talk about politics. It's a bit nuts, isn't it, really? It's like, this is what I used to love about Graham Who's and Kieran and what have you. Kieran, he did like a couple of episodes, didn't he, regarding the three blokes in the pub. That was a game changer for me, that was such an eye-opener at the time. And the other guy, they fell out with, didn't they, over various issues. I forgot his name now. Oh, the legal geezer. I can't remember his name. Anyway, the three guys in the pub, and it was such. People could relate to it. That's the thing about it. It was, they're just chatting over, with a pint in their hands about stuff, and various people they would chat to as well. Whether it be from the European Union or they went to Switzerland, didn't they? And it kind of brought politics to ordinary folk, the kind of people that would never ever really be interested or bothered in it. Just chatting over. About over a pint, how shit it is. how shit Brexit is. But it happened, Brexit happened, and unfortunately it's something we're going to have to live with. And the only thing is, I know my missus says, oh, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to do something. And I say, what then? What? What can they actually do? Oh, they've got to do something. Got to do something. We've caused such a kerfuddle. There is no real solutions other than closer alignment with the EU, and some of that is for the birds, isn't it? And it's going to take a long time. That's the problem. How long will it take to get that closer alignment with the EU? It's not going to be a year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. It could be decades before we're anywhere near getting close to like single market and stuff like that. The only point, unless now, I think there's two ways of looking at this actually. In some ways, is that the UK would be flat on its face. Our negotiating position would be in such be so weak. The European Union would have such a upper hand. Will sign up to anything. The fact that this has even been mentioned. The health minister, I forgot his name now, Stephen Barclay, is it? Stephen Barclay? The guy who was confronted on the street by an old woman and saying, pointing toward the ambulances waiting outside and send you lot of cunts, basically. Oh, did I say that out loud? I think I did. It's my Tourette's, you see. And he said, no, there's no chance of that. We're not even talking about that. There's no discussion of that. Of course these things have been mentioned, saying, if the government, any responsible government, is going to be saying to themselves, well, what can we do? Well, that would work, but we can't do that because of the Brexiters and the red. We need to keep our red walls intact. Now we've gained it from Labour. We've got to hold on to it. But it ain't going to last long because people are waking up to it. They just want their Brexit. Just want my Brexit. That's what they want. They got that now. As far as they're concerned, the deal Brexit is done. That's what they were told, you said. They believe it. That's the problem. People believe whatever they're told. I can't believe that they believe it. No. Really? You'd have thought they'd have some kind of, how to put it, experience now that these people are liars. But no. They suck it up, don't they? And then you've got all these, young so-called reporters, journalists, such as that Caroline, or Corner, or was it just Corn? Whatever her name is. Anyway, her. Oh God, and Handy Wanksbank, him, Darren Grimes, all them kind of people out there, and the guy who thinks he's irreverent now, the one with the afro, really annoys me because I think afros are so cool, but he isn't. He's definitely not cool, and he's overbrushed his afro as well. It's all frizzy. He's got a frizzy afro. Literally, I'll tell you, I've got an effigy of that little runt. I can't remember his name now, and I don't want to either. There you go, there he is. I do apologise. I digress, that I did. Oh dear. No, I'm not keen on him. I can't remember his name though. But he's usually on GB News and places like that, you see. These little runts. Been following you for a while now, says Guy Nugent. Oh, Nugent, sorry. Nugent? That's Nugent? Guy Nugent? I've been following you for a while. When you talk about the UK, you say we. You're no longer part of we. You said they are them. You're an immigrant in France, remember? Yeah, I'm an immigrant. Immigrant. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I suppose you've got a point there. Yeah, I do say about we, don't I? I think as the British people, because I'm still a British citizen, I can't get away from that. It's just, I was born into it, you see. Because my father was British. and he was a Brexiter. Yeah. My son was going to take him to because he didn't have anyone to take him to vote. So my son he hid. My dad hid because my son was, I think he was going to try and convince him to vote Remain, and he hid. For his little Brexiter friend who was going to take me, say, in the car to go and vote. But my son saw my dad hiding behind the sofa. Anyway, he voted to leave the European Union, and he loved Farage. Yeah, that kind. BNP sort of like, like. And then about a year later he died. About right, innit? Bastard. Saw my dad in a different light, I tell you. I didn't realise he was a racist. There you go. And he was. Not just because he voted for the European Union, but for things that he was saying. I thought, I'm not comfortable with this, Dad. You could be more than one thing. Show me your passport. Looks like what I will. Show me your passport. Looks like what? Yeah, it's just a dead cat. We call it a dead cat, or wind muff for the microphones. All that is. Because I've got the microphones just here. You can probably hear it. There you go. Please like and subscribe. Yes, please. Please like and subscribe. And maybe a little bell icon, because then you get one of us in your pocket every time I upload another video. And we are doing that rewilding thing as well. Like I said, I've been making some signs here today, and I'll make some more a bit later on as well. Got quite a few, I've got about 70 odd to make. I think I've done about half now. Must be half I've done. To go with the trees and stuff. And but anyway, if you want part of that, we have got a GoFundMe link. It's not down below yet, but I'll have to put it in after the stream. But basically, you can make a donation and you can build part a tree on your behalf. That's what I'll do. So we'll plant a tree and we'll put a sign with the tree with your name, or it could be a message for a loved one. Maybe you lost somebody. Whatever, might be doing lockdowns. Who knows? Looks like, well, there we go. I'm scrolling up, seeing what. I'm a citizen of 3 countries. Oh my god, and 2 continents. So it gets confusing at certain sporting events. I bet it does. Just don't support anything, and then you'll be fine then. Char. Yeah, it's Char. Char. Yeah, it's Char. Nugent, from the French Nogent, but pronounced Nugent. So it's Chair Nugent. Char Nugent. Oh god, that's cool. Jerry Powell says, whatever happened to common sense? Unfortunately, it's no longer common. No. Unfortunately. You don't even have common sense in government anymore. It's just nuts. It's absolutely nuts. You don't even have common sense in governments. To make decent decisions, practical decisions for the benefit of the masses. All they seem to want to do these days is either protect their Brexit, because they just want their Brexit, or they want to, protect their own bottom line. Or like Lee Anderson, you just want to have £210,000 worth of expenses claims. How can that run of a bloke? Lee Anderson, I think it's MP for Ashfield. It's Ashfield, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's Ashfield. How can that run actually warrant £210,000 worth of expenses? There's something not quite right there. How? Has he bought another house? So he's got a second house for when he comes to attend Parliament and tells us all that, we need to push the boats back. Send them all back, Don't give them any fuel. Let them drown. That's what he would want. The likes of Lee Anderson and his cronies. And the other witch from Dover. Oh, crikey, he reckons it's definitely not Brexit. I can't remember her name now. I'll come to him in a minute. Her husband was a sex offender. Yeah, a fiddler. These people. I'll tell you something that gets me as well. How many times have you heard recently Alexander Boris the Pfeffel Johnson, when he was the Prime Minister, make out or try and belittle Keir Starmer in the Commons by using the rhetoric regarding Jimmy Savile. Jim will fix it, Him. Another sex offender. All right, so because you were the chief. What was legal? What was the actual term though? Anyway, trying to blame Keir Starmer for the fact that he didn't prosecute. Chief prosecutor didn't prosecute Jimmy Savile. They've got a short memory, haven't they? These flipping Tories, a really short memory. Now I remember seeing all the propaganda. Promotional material where they use Jimmy Savile as some kind of figurehead. Yeah, pictures of Jimmy Savile in front of blue vans with Conservatives written on the side and using that as some kind of big promo. Well, on billboards, for Christ's sake. And then later on we find out he's a flipping sex offender. I don't understand why the likes of, say, Starmer doesn't use that in defence. Not defence, but as a counter-attack. Huh? He was like some kind of figurehead, was Jimmy Savile. A mascot. For the Tory party. But no one talks about this. No one brings it up. I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's mind-numbing. It really is. The level of stupidity. It's like, during the autumn statement, I did that little short, didn't I, yesterday? Short video. About Jeremy Hunt, when he stood up as a rebuke to Rachel Reeves and said to her, "You can't borrow your way to growth." That's madness. What a stupid, ignorant thing to say. Pretty much every business does that. Countries do that. They borrow for infrastructure to create growth. The money comes from somewhere. It's generally borrowed money. Even Richie Sunak said during his hustings and that when he's when they had the one-on-one with Liz Truss, saying about you don't borrow for for general expenditure, costs of providing public services and stuff. You only borrow for investment. Well, that's to provide growth. It just my light has gone out again. Do you know what? That sensor didn't used to be a problem. It's only started being a problem recently. I think it's getting weak. Maybe I need a new one. I need a new sensor. Or just bypass it altogether and have it on the switch. But I have a sensor for a reason, to try and save power. Alright, scroll down. No, just maddening. It's absolute maddening, these people. Oh dear. Drive me insane, they do. These Tories, they drive me absolutely bonkers. And what the hell are we supposed to do about it? Nothing at the moment. We're going to have to wait another 2 years. I don't think we can. How can we wait any longer to allow these Tories to make the situation even worse? Oh my God. Yeah. Hello, Crystal. Breaking news. The re-entry of England into the EU was unanimously approved after England agreed that the Scottish border will go as far as Liverpool. Spiegel. Was it 2006? 2066. Okay. You're having fun here, aren't you? Yeah. Oh dear. I'm not a racist and I live in England. Hey, nice one. Oh, Mr. Paul Angry Hutchison. Do. I just want my Brexit. Is that what you say? I think Britain needs a Prime Minister like Ted Nugent riding in a buffalo into Parliament. That might be an idea. Or maybe Guy Fawkes, but it'd be an idea. In England, racism had plenty to do with Brexit. It did, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it did. If you know anything about me, my 2 little granddaughters, actually 3 little granddaughters, I'm missing one. Oh no. Oh dear, I got news. Isn't going to be 3 little granddaughters, no. It's going to be 3 little granddaughters and possibly a grandson, maybe another granddaughter, I don't know. Yes, my daughter's going to have 4 kids now. She's pregnant. Oh dear. Oh my God. Yeah. Anyway, my point was that my granddaughters are black. Yeah, their father is from Nigeria, and lovely little family they are too. And they do suffer from Yeah, racism. And we're not talking about just all, just, well, some sort of I'd say light-hearted. I'd say light-hearted. What's the phrase? Low-level racism. And some of it is hardcore racism. And they live in Norwich, for God's sake, outside Norwich. And it's and generally, I'm sorry, but most times it's from the older generation. Most young people, they don't give a damn. You know what I mean? Everyone just get on with everybody else. But my era and older, terrible. Some of them are absolutely terrible. Some I'm not going to repeat some of them. I have mentioned one episode, but there's been some pretty nasty stuff in the past, and it's one episode I have mentioned before, so I'll say it again. But it's regarding an old woman on the bus, and my daughter and her boyfriend, well, not husband, boyfriend, been together a while now, mind, on the bus, what have you, and the granddaughters, that's when little Grace was little, and, well, she's still little, but littler. And you're disgusting, this old woman did, so, if it was me, that's it, my phone would be out, that's it, I'd be streaming it straight away, be FaceTiming it or something. But you don't always think like that, do you, at the time? It's I wish I did that. Oh, I wish I thought of that. That's kind of I wish I said this, I wish I said that. That's what usually happens. And my daughter, that's pretty much what happened. So there's loads of things she wanted to say, but I think she was in shock. Well, she said she was in shock. She said, you disgust me. And this was from some old OAP on a bus in Norwich. Yeah, this was in the city, Norwich City. And don't get me wrong, it's not generally like that, but it shouldn't happen at all, should it? Obviously not. So it's quite disgusting. So yeah, I've got another grandchild on the way. We've already got 9, or was it 10? I'm losing count. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. I have to admit, my little Grace, I do love my little Grace. She's a little darling. She's clever as well. Oh my God. She's been put up 2 years. 2 years for English. Better than my English, obviously. I could believe she's only what 4 or 5. Anyway, she's how terrible I am, and she was I was doing the homework with her, and she's 5, and doing the homework with her, and she's flipping doing congregations and stuff like that. I thought, what the hell? And the verbs, and yeah, her English is better than mine. There again, I suppose that's not difficult. Oh, Karen Douglas. Hello, Supreme Court. Yes. No. Laugh out loud. England Court. No. Me. Laugh out loud. 19th of October 2023. Vote yes. England and Scotland. Friends. Oh, there's going to be an indie ref, isn't there? I am more Prussian or Baltic or something. And we all live in Portugal for at least 3 centuries. It's a bit like Nigel Farage. Isn't he a Huguenot? Or something like that. Off to Jiffy in France, Jerry. I haven't been to Jiffy for absolutely ages. We go to Action a lot, which I think it's a Dutch company, Action, isn't it? I think it is. Yeah, if you want like cables or electronic things or stuff on offer, what have you, Action's brilliant. It's really cheap, really cheap. Allshorts. New like nude, and jaunt like jauntry. It's a new jaunt. Aha, thank you. Who was the Irish comedian on Mock the Week? Not Dara, who suggested England could rejoin on the condition it changed its name to Very Sorry Land. I don't know who that is, but that is funny. Graham Hughes. Yeah, the man who's been to every single country in the world without flying. And oh my God, didn't I hear that several times? When I was on Ginger Island with him. Yeah. He's a lovely guy, don't be wrong, is Graham. But anyway, he's, I missed my point though. Yeah, who was it? Wangland, that's it. He calls it Wangland. Ruth Cavalry says, sorry, Paul, I wasn't implying that you were, but in general, those that voted for Brexit had issues with immigration. They did, unfortunately. Yes, I believe they're illegal immigrants. The only reason why they are so-called illegal immigrants now is that the UK government has changed the laws regarding immigration. if you don't come in via these so-called legal routes that don't exist, obviously, and you are now an illegal immigrant. Well, if you're an asylum seeker, how are you ever going to be an illegal? I don't get that. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. It's all about rhetoric, isn't it? It's all about rhetoric. It's all about fueling the anger towards people who otherwise would be seen as fleeing tyranny. Everyone, instead of being a victim of a situation, that they are the problem of the situation. If that makes any sense. There goes my light again. Something I was reading on here a minute ago, not a bit earlier. I mean, sorry. Obviously, got about COP27. It looks like it's going to be potentially reparations for countries, African countries, what have you. Which I suppose there should be, but instead of reparation, I'd rather them put more effort into actually preventing the problems in the first place. The idea of going to Egypt and doing the COP27 in Egypt, anywhere regarding Arab Emirates, what have you, seems a bit mad to me. They're the biggest culprits out there. Fossil fuels, for God's sake. Where do most of them come from? We need to be embracing local supply and local production. And you can do that. If you want fuel security or energy security, you need to make them produce the stuff yourself. And we should be going, well, we are heading that way regarding electric. And me here, everything here is run by solar. Yeah, we pretty much all our power, or 70% of our power in our house and my workshop is solar. Okay, there's times when we can't, and when we draw off the grid. But all the rest of the time it's all solar. And we do have a wind turbine as well, which we need to put back up as well, because that had some problems. Yeah, the blades fell off. Well, two of them to be fair. So I had to rapidly get the thing down. It's only a kilowatt, but it's quite helpful in night times. But the thing is with like solar and stuff like that, you got like the likes of Nigel Farage. He's still telling people, when the sun goes in or the wind doesn't blow, there's no power. You got hydro for a start. What's wrong with embracing hydro? You know, hydro power just on the Thames. You could have hydro with the rise and fall of the tides. This is technology that exists. Questionable obscenity, like Johnson. Thatcher loved her parties, although she never asked her guests to bring their own booze. Oh dear. Savile was an honoured guest at no less than 11 of her New Year parties at Chequers. I was reading up about flipping that other one. Flipping. This is nothing, isn't it? What about Richie Sunak? Flipping Richie Sunak. He does a promotional video. Oh, this is good, isn't it? I'll get them in there. They get these youngsters in to create this promotion. They have a nice backing track, don't they? Nice backing track from Gary Glitter. Yeah, you want to be in my gang? Yeah, be in my gang. You want to be in my gang? Yeah. Didn't think that one through, did they? It surprised me that even Richie Sunak, when he signed it off, that's good, I like that. Didn't he realise? Flippin' hell's a tune that is just so common. And now I read up about flipping, because obviously I did that video about, that mashup I did. I made a new promotional video for Richie Sunak, yeah. You want to be in my... That kind of video, yeah. Regarding Gary Glitter, who happens to be in jail still. Well, he came out, didn't he? Then he had to go back in again. And then did he do something in the Philippines or Singapore or something, then got locked up again? Or something, he kept running away, didn't he? And anyway, he'd, in this flipping thing I was reading, Gary Glitter and also Jimmy Savile, Gary Glitter was having orgies, what have you, in Jimmy Savile's dressing room. All this stuff keeps coming out, And then we had John Lydon, didn't he? A few years back, he pretty much exposed what was going on in the BBC. And then we had, a few years later, John Lydon from the... never mind the bollocks. Sex Pistols. He happens to be a Brexit, and he thinks Nigel Farage and Jacob Rees-Mogg was fantastic. Yeah, he looked Jacob Rees-Mogg to be the next Prime Minister, he said. That's what he said. Anyway, he goes on about, a few years later, on Piers Morgan's show, he then says about brings it up again regarding the BBC and all this was going on in the BBC. It's like it was all hushed up. Don't talk about that, no. Keep it quiet. I'm a member, you know. It's a private club. Not me. No, I'm being facetious, yeah. But yeah, then there's Piers Morgan. Going on to Piers Morgan since I mentioned him. John Lennon. What about Piers Morgan the other day? He said, well, I think we need to all admit, maybe, I think we might have made a mistake with Brexit. Needless to say, he got a bit of grief online on Twitter. Like he did. Fancy having a look now. Oh, I've got a super chat. Didn't even see that. I do apologise.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Hi, okay. My phone just told me it was sorry. Oh, it doesn't say. Super chat, live chat? Can't see now. Live chat, super chat. Top chat. Bum, 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 bum. Oh no, there's a super chat here and I can't see where it's from. Go on to live chat again. I've just got to scroll up. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, Lloyd is a Brexiter. I know he is. Oh my God, he's a Brexiter. He's just going on about what respecting the vote, as he said. Yeah, well, I think we should respect the vote. You say he goes. So much for rebel, being a rebel for the cause and all that. Yeah, John Lydon says what he thinks people want to hear. That's pretty much it. He's all fried. His brain's fried, though, isn't he? Completely fried. Keir, Labour leader, is part of the Gary Clear crew. Is that right, Mr. Paul? You're a Brexiter, aren't you, Mr. Paul Angry? But I'm glad to have you here anyway. Have some balance. We like some balance, so that's good. I don't mind that there being as long as everybody's nice. I don't mind there being Brexiters here. Not at all. So we've got to blame somebody, haven't we? It's quite handy if they're there. It's all your fault. Oh, I bet they were trolling Richie Sunak. Richie Sunak. Won't be surprised, Stu. Won't be surprised. Solar radiation or too much sun on her had me... What? I've got a bit of a problem here. I'm scrolling from the bottom up, you see. So I'm getting all the messages back to front. So I don't know what... Like the American school teacher that in the town assembly stood up and voiced her concerns about solar panels. Apparently plants did not grow as much underneath the panels. But there's a big but there. They're trying some new innovative ideas here in France. It's quite a big investment actually, where they're making the panels so they twist. They're mounted above all like on wire arrangement with all these motors and stuff above the fields, above the crops and what have you. And they're trying it, so basically they move. So when at times when it's peak sun, they shade the plants, brilliant, because they don't bolt then, you see. And at other times they open up and they allow the sun to get in and do their thing. Because as long as the crops have a certain amount of sunlight every single day, they'll be fine. It's not a problem at all. So there's some really good ideas floating about now. And if we can do that and still crop underneath them, what's the problem? I don't see the problem. In fact, everyone's a winner. The farmers get to make money from obviously electricity they can sell back to the grid and what have you. Plus, they get to grow their crops. It just means a no-brainer. It seems like a no-brainer to me. But then you do have the initial investment that'll have to be paid for. Obviously, sticking the food panels in a field is a darn sight cheaper to do than having all this automisation and wires and stuff like that. Up there in the sky above your crop. So farts, all the tractors can still get underneath everything. So it is, there are costs involved. Joe Romero says, I stopped my Iron Maiden listening. Oh no, don't do that. And concert, because Bruce or Dickerson, oh dear, yeah, he was. And he was even offending his European fans. They lost a lot around it. They lost a lot of fans, did they? Oh, okay. I won't be surprised. I like Iron Maiden as well. I've got Iron Maiden t-shirt. You probably see me wear it sometimes. Okay. I'm dropping things over here. I need to do something about that light. I need to move that over here, I think. That sensor, so you can see me move. So I need to do that. That's what I need to do. Okay, I'm losing the plot here, aren't I? I think so. Put the panels above streets and parking slots and there's no problem. No, that's right, Lars. And I don't know if you've noticed, a lot of places, I know here in France, they're putting on lots of solar panels on, like, creating, like, sheltered parking areas and stuff like that. But instead of putting any roofing sheets on, they're just putting solar panels on. No, a lot of Lidls here have done that, and lots of farm buildings have been having these solar panels all fit onto the roofs and what have you. It's a no-brainer. You know, think of some of the size of these hangars they used to store their combine harvesters and hay and straw and God knows what else. Massive, massive roofs, and the farmers gives them an opportunity to earn some money. So obviously, then if they've already got the building, it's a no-brainer. But I've noticed, like for instance, not far from here, in a place called Rochechouart, where there's a lovely chateau there. It's almost, it's almost like Disney World. It is. The chateau's lovely. Anyway, there's a farm building was built there about 2 years ago now, and it's completely covered in solar panels. A brand new farm building, big hangar. And in there they have mainly, well, it is actually like the big round bales of hay and what have you, and they keep some machines there as well. So it's obviously for them, they did put roof sheets on though. They did have roof sheets as well, because I suppose they want to make sure no water get through, because these solar panels. See, that something they should be looking at? Solar panels that can double up as a roofing material. So, frankly, when you put the panels onto the purlings of the roof, purlings are the ones that go long ways. The steels or the timbers that go long ways. Obviously, you've got your rafters like that, and you've got your purlings that go the opposite way. Anyway, if you put the panels on there, at the moment, if you stick the panels straight onto there, the water will get in between the panels. And that's what's happening at Lidl's. But that doesn't matter to them, because it just creates a bit of shade. It's not about keeping you dry. But it'd be quite handy if they could come up with a system where the panels are fitted to the roof, but with some kind of system where it becomes a roofing material, so the water runs off to a gutter or whatever, instead of actually, just dribbling between the panels. I'll get there in a minute. So, there's ideas, and there's things they could do. What did Jasper say? Hello, Tommy Gunn. That was the Pistols. That was John Lydon. Bruce Dickinson's a Brextard. Brextard. Jasper. Anthrax. Oh, crikey, get a metal. Like your metal. Lydon's a Brexter. John Lydon says that he thinks what people want to hear. He does, yep. And Alpamich. Is that some kind of like goat's milk or something? Goat's milk? I don't know. I'm guessing. Ritter Sport. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, we've got Ritter Sport here as well, here in France. Labour leader is part of the Gary Glitter crew, apparently, according to Mr. Paul Angry. I got my doubts. Well, I tell you, why ain't anyone talking about, I don't know, the likes like Elon Musk, for instance, with Charlie Epstein and what's her name? Ghislaine Maxwell. Was it Ghislaine Maxwell? The one's in prison, though. I wonder if we ever see these so-called videos, these secret videos that would, that are apparently floating about somewhere, hidden somewhere, apparently. Now, who thinks Charlie Epstein was murdered while he was in prison, or did he actually hang himself? I've got my doubts. I really have my doubts. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! You probably heard this already, but Donald Trump has had his account on Twitter reinstigated because Elon Musk did a poll for which I actually participated in. But no, I did not think it was a good idea, so I voted against it. Yes, he did a Twitter poll, did Elon Musk, saying, do you think Donald Trump should have his account reinstated? Needless to say, all the Donald Trump supporters got on there, and no one else could be bothered. So Donald Trump got his account reinstated. But what the hell is Elon Musk thinking? It's not going to help his situation regarding the advertisers, is it? Advertisers are going to say, sod this. You're not very trustworthy, Elon Musk. You're a little bit erratic. Where are the morals gone? It's not exactly ethical, is it? You do a Twitter poll to see whether or not you're ethical. Whether it's ethical to... That doesn't make... No. To bring back Donald Trump. The man who pretty much fueled the riots or the invasion of... Say invasion. They like that word, don't they, invasion? Yeah. Fueled the invasion at Capitol Hill. And there was a man with horns. Yeah. Some kind of what do they call them? Oh, religious nutter. Haman. Shaman. That's it, shaman. Shaman. I'll get there in the end. My brain's frazzled, I'll tell you. There's a problem with doing this, like, because I'm constantly looking up stuff about Brexit. I just want my Brexit. It's constantly looking up stuff about Brexit and politics, and I'm completely likely frazzled with it, I'll tell you. It's probably good. It's probably a good job I'm sort of calming down on it a little bit. Because it's buggering my head up, I'll tell you. Well, one thing that's really depressing sometimes, because some of the stuff I think is just so mean and horrible. And other times I think it's absolutely hilarious. I think, what the hell are you thinking? And because there's no common sense at all. And other times I think to myself, I've had enough. I've really had enough of this shit. And I think to myself, what's the point? I think we're flogging a dead horse there. I obviously keep at the moment reading a lot of stuff about rejoining the EU. I think you haven't read Article 50. You certainly haven't read Article 2. You know, we just don't comply with any of it, really, at the moment. Not as it stands. I'm not saying we couldn't. I'm just saying at the moment we couldn't. And we need some kind of immediate... The thing is, let's say, for instance, there was a solution to the problems we're facing in the United Kingdom at the moment. If there was a solution... And it wasn't a part of rejoining, getting into the single market at least. Well, then we'd be in a better position, and the idea of joining or rejoining the EU or being in the single market wouldn't be so much of an issue anyway. But while it is an issue, how much damage is going to be done before we get anywhere near joining the EU or a single market or EFTA or whatever? A lot of damage. A lot of damage has already been done. A lot of it's irreversible. Okay, we're joined got some sort of collab going with Switzerland at the moment regarding science and research and development, what have you. And Switzerland has also got some limited access in the Horizon research program. The Horizon Europe research and development program, R&D, science basically. And they can't do anything that will undermine that regarding that access. But there's no money involved regarding the UK and Switzerland. There's no money involved. It's just collaboration, which is also very important because also we're collabing data and information. Exactly the same thing that we've lost access to regarding the CE mark and also EU reach and what have you. Because I think we have the UK reach and the UK CA mark, and I think that's going to be kicked into the long grasses. I'd be very surprised actually if UK reach or the UK CA mark ever really comes into any kind of fruition. This is getting short. Maybe I should sit in front of the switch. And no, I just don't. Someone mentioned something that Phil Morehouse did a video about it. I've done. I think he's done loads of videos about it in the past as well, and so has Max. But it's one of them things that it just can't happen. Everything will just stop. Construction will just stop. It's all down to insurance and stuff, you see. Because if you can't, you've got to have certification for insurances to be valid on shit. No, we're all part of a big. Everything has to mesh together and work, and without any kind of possible comeback or litigation, how the hell are you supposed to actually do this stuff? You can't build stuff with products that aren't certified. Look what happened to Grenfell. And I was reading something from a guy who wrote a book actually about Grenfell Tower. I think it was actually on James O'Brien's show. I can't remember his name now. I think it was Peter something. Anyway, he did a lot of research on it, and apparently the cladding was tested. And when they did the tests on this cladding, I think it was about 2002, they did the tests on this cladding, and it should be nowhere near a building. And they set a light to the test centre, to the places where they had the fake wall up and what have you. They set a light to the wall with this cladding on, and the flames were 20 metres above this flipping test wall. And then they set a light to the actual building itself, or so they had to cease the test there and then. It should have got nowhere near any building. And they knew this. As a result, I can't remember exactly how many people, it was around 70, 72 people died in Grenfell Tower, something like that. But to be honest about it, there shouldn't have been 72 people died. Not just because of the cladding, but because they should have had more common sense to get out, according to Jacob Rees-Mogg. That's what he said. These people are nasty pieces of work, aren't they, in government? Horrid individuals. I don't know if anyone saw Jacob Rees-Mogg being interviewed by Chris Murphy, Gary Murphy on Channel 4. As you might remember, Christian Gary Murphy on Channel 4 News, he called Steve Baker, Brexit hard man Steve Baker, off air. What a cunt, he said. A bit like Jeremy Hunt, cunt. Bit like that. Anyway, it was off air. It was like an open mic moment that he didn't realise that, that his mic was on still. A bit like Lee Anderson when he got caught out that he staged a door knocking episode with Michael Crick of the, I think it was Daily Mail at the time. He was a reporter. Oh, these people. Anyway, he had his open mic moment. Anyway, Jacob Rees-Mogg confronted him about it while he was being interviewed on the Channel 4 News. And Jacob Rees-Mogg, he sounded quite, how to put it, made him sound that even bigger prick than we already knew that he was. These people are just awful. Absolutely awful. And they are running, well, not running because he's on backbench now, he just shouts from the precipice, and it's just well, he was in cabinet, wasn't he? Oh my God, not bear thinking about it, does it? Really doesn't. No wonder you're in such a bad place. The EU also has taken a lot of lessons from what some call, not me, the UK betrayal. Tough it was, although it was predictable. Yes. Well, of course they would. Oh, yeah, of course they would have learned from, because obviously this is new. There was no precedents for any country leaving the European Union, and they didn't think anyone would be that stupid. But obviously, Brexiters were, and they left the European Union. Put the cross in the wrong box. Yes, James O'Brien, that's my saying. You stole it. And I put the cross in the wrong box, and no one realised the complications and the difficulties that come from that. No one really understood. No one in full knew what was going to happen. I know I've been talking about it for ages, and before the vote, although the channel's only 2 years old, I didn't. No one knew how deep. I knew there was only 700 odd laws and stuff, or treaties that were signed into, but now there's also about 4,000 laws that we're going to have to try and rewrite. It was 3,800, now they're saying it's 4,000. It was 2,400, and they found another 1,400 laws, so 3,800, and now I hear there are 4,000 laws. They've got to be rewritten. Now, these are all things from human rights down to, okay, we'll go to that one. Human rights, what have you, but just ordinary stuff as well. Stuff that you don't want to rewrite these laws because there's no reason to rewrite them. All you need to do is retitle them, probably. I don't know. So, a lot of stuff was retitled. All those laws went through anyway. At the time, it was a massive job when they rolled them over into British law. And because there'll be wording in them that referred to the European Union, not to the UK. So they had to everything had to just find and replace. Probably. That's probably all they did. They probably went into Word or something, find and replace. And found all the EU references and replaced them with the United Kingdom. Or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. Or British law or whatever they want to do. It's an absolute mess anyway. And now they've got the situation that they ain't got a hope in hell to be able to rewrite all these laws. No, not a hope in hell. One of the reasons for that is they're striking. The people who've been rewriting these laws are going on strike now as well. And they're all going to be done by 2023 because Jacob Rees-Mogg decided to write into this Brexit bill a sunset clause. So basically, no matter what happens, whether they've gone through all the 4,000 laws or not, they will all be null and void by the end of 2023. That just cannot happen. It just cannot happen. All of a sudden, there'll be loads of litigation cases and stuff like that, and legal cases that have been floating about and have been going on for some while. All of a sudden, it'll be, oh, okay, don't matter now because there's no. What do we base the law on? There's nothing there. It's just, oh, crikey, it's such a mess. It really is such a mess. What the hell have we done to ourselves? I know I didn't vote for it, I know, but, you know, if you've got to say democracy and a majority of people, 17.4 million people voted to leave the European Union. They voted for all this crap. And now I keep, well, the single market. I didn't vote to leave the single market. No, just the European Union, not the single market. It's all part of the same thing at the time. Yeah. Oh, God. What to say, I really don't. It's such a mess. It really is such a mess. But hey, say la vie. I feel like Chunky Mark now. just laugh at the shit. That's what you do. You pick up your tablet and you're like that, you do. God's sake. Oh, okay. Where was this I was reading here about? Steve Baker. What? Okay, let's go for what Steve Baker's been saying. All right, hardline Brexit voice fears over reports of a Swiss-style EU deal. Now, the minister, he rubbishes reports that the senior government figures were revisiting, I say, yeah, trading arrangements offered by the EU last year. Oh, lights got out again. It's for the mood, you see, it's for the mood. Well, a backlash is brewing among hardline Brexiters after reports emerged that the senior government figures want the UK to adopt a Swiss-style agreement with the European Union. But they say Brexit is done. Hey, guess what? Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson didn't get Brexit done, no. Oh, that blooming light. Got one over there as well, that one's on. I bet it's really dark now, isn't it? Am I really dark? I look really dark. Oh, so let's carry on. It's moody. It gets the mood, you see. It gets the mood. So Steve Barclay, the Health Secretary, rubbished to the suggestion which sent jitters through the spines of hardline Brexiters. They pooped themselves. They said, I just wanted my Brexit. Now you're going to take it away from me. My Brexit. Oh, well, the European Research Group, they're shitting themselves as well, apparently. Now, he said the government wanted to maximise the opportunities. Excuse me, has anyone found any opportunities of Brexit yet? I don't think so. No. And the former Brexit Secretary, he had worked very hard to maximise the freedoms of independence. We are extremely independent. In fact, we're completely ostracised. Now, there has been renewed focus on the effects of Brexit, given that the UK is the only G7 country still lagging behind pre-pandemic growth levels. No, that's not true, because Jeremy Hunt said it wasn't. Yeah, he was saying that Germany's growth was down there, and every other France was all down there. Yeah, every other country was all down there. It wasn't. UK was having growth. It's the other way round. It's -4%. How can you have a minus anyway? It's either growth or it's not growth. I would say it's not growth. The UK's got no growth. No. We've got inflation and zero growth. We've got recession. Oh my God. God's sake. Well, the Sunday Times reported that the senior government figures were in effect revisiting a Brexit trading arrangement offered by the EU last year, which would get rid of 8% of the checks between Great Britain and Northern Ireland and open up access to the single market. Does it mean we have freedom of movement? Maybe. Oh. But the move would require the UK to pledge alignment to at least temporary on food and agricultural standards. How can that happen if you signed up a deal with Australia when their food standards don't meet the EU's? No. Precautionary principles, anyone? Doing so would be anathema to champions of hard day. And I can't even say it now. Yeah, the champions of a hard Brexit, because they just wanted their, I just want my Brexit, that's what they wanted. Including Boris Johnson's chief negotiator, David Frost. Lord Frost, you see, fake Lord Frost. As well as members of hardline ERG, the likes of Mark Francois, Andrew Bridgen. Yeah, him. He was told that he's a liar by a court. Got fined about, I can't remember, it was 500,000 or £1 million or something stupid. Anyway, they see any alignment as a subjugation of control to Brussels, And even though ministers, do you know what? I've got a bit of a problem. Everyone keeps saying about they refer to the EU as just the EU. They always refer to the EU as just Brussels, for instance, without any acknowledgement at all of the fact that it's 27 member states that work together, like we used to be a part of. It was a club of countries. It's not just one thing. It's like all this lag about, it's not, God, it bugs the hell out of me, it does. It's not, democratic, you see. Who voted them in? Well, you had an opportunity, you could have done, but you couldn't be bothered. God's sake. Farming standards equal or higher to those in EU. Wait. Sorry, I missed a couple of sentences there. Important ones as well. Anyway, so they are in alignment as a subjugation of control to Brussels, and even though ministers, including Michael Gove, Cokehead Gove, that's it, Cokehead Gove, have repeatedly in the past declared the UK would keep food and farming standards. I can remember in an interview with him in front of a farm saying that. Exactly that. We'll keep this, we'll keep that. Everything will be the same, if not better, he says. Keep food and farming standards equal or higher to those in the EU. Any formal deal would be seen as a part of reversal of Lord Frost's trade deal. Thank God for that. Let's hope. Well, the EU's Brexit negotiator, Maros Sefcovic, offered a Swiss-style trading agreement last June, but it was rejected by Frost. The move is reportedly being considered by some in the government, particularly Richie Snake. Yeah. He likes blood money, that one. What he says is, he goes about, he tells us all that, oh no, it's my wife's it's my father-in-law's business, it's got nothing to do with it now, but I do enjoy my new swimming pool that was put in with blood money. Yeah, Putin's money. So Barkley told Sky News, I don't recognise this story at all. And he said he did not support a Swiss-style relationship with EU when it was first touted. Now I want to maximise the opportunities that Brexit offers. What opportunities? They keep going on about these opportunities. I don't know where these opportunities are. I keep looking, I can't find them. No. Simon Clarke, the former Levelling Up Secretary, they pretty much levelled horizontally and out, Secretary, a Swiss-style deal isn't something under consideration. While Frost tweeted that if the claims were correct, he hoped the government thinks better of these plans, and fast, he said. The report could be the result of briefings designed to test how far the ELG would resist in the challenging economic environment that the UK found itself in 2 years' time. Since Frost's trade deal was struck. Yeah. We pretty much are, aren't we? We're in a hell of a shit place. Now, Jonathan Ashworth, the Shadow Work and Pension Secretary, told Sky News, we're not proposing returning to the single market or the customs union or anything like that. But we do want to negotiate a bespoke deal for the United Kingdom so that our businesses can export. So that we can get those agreements on agriculture. So we can work together on security issues. Of course they want to do all that stuff, but the problem is they want to do other stuff as well, which kind of undermines it. Stops it from being able to happen. After Hunt's autumn statement on Thursday, Tony Danker, the head of the Confederation of British Industry, told the BBC Sunday with Laura Kusenberg, she's a Tory and all, isn't she? That there was nothing there that tells us the economy is going to avoid another decade of low productivity or low growth. At least, some places are saying there's at least 2 decades of this. That's 20 years. Well, a so-called sanitary and phytosanitary deal would involve the UK harmonising its laws with the European Union, but you might as well be in it and have a say, have a seat at the table. An EU-Swiss agreement removes all documentary and identity checks and most physical checks, as well as most veterinary certificates. But you still don't get a say. Now, last June, Sefcovic said that the EU would remove 80% of the checks on food, including controls on movement of beef, mince and poultry products. To Britain, so Northern Ireland, and it would also remove the need for pet passports, which had been widely criticised in Northern Ireland and London. Yeah, people have to pay around 200 quid a pet to be able to bring their animal into the EU. Great, eh? Well, the EU-UK veterinary agreement was being advocated by the Northern Ireland Alliance and by MP Stephen Farry and by the party's leader, Naomi Long. The SDLP leader, Colin Eastwood, has urged the United Kingdom government to sign a Swiss-style agreement with the EU. It's not going to happen. And Sinn Féin's Brexit spokesperson and executive minister has also suggested the UK sign up to a Swiss-style arrangement. The problem is, it's the same old story again. They're not going to want goods entering the EU from places like Australia or New Zealand. No. I suppose we could. I know. We've got Article 328, so we can have our 6 months period of getting out of the Aussie deal. And then we hear the latest. I don't know if you heard this, but Richie Sunak is saying that he's going to block any MPs and what have you speaking on morning shows. So that would be Sophie Ridges, wouldn't it? That'd be gone, and then there'd be Kay's as well on Sky. Yeah, where they have the old and obviously Good Morning Britain, where they have MPs come in and what have you and talk a load of gobbledy shite. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, I'm getting really dry. I need a drink. Yap. Okay, oh dear. So the Swiss have. Let's get this light on. Stay on this time, guys. So the Swiss. There we go. Where are we again? There we are. Live chat. Whoever it was did the super chat. I do thank you. I can't find it on there though. It's disappeared. I don't know why. I lived and worked for 21 years in Zurich, says Tommy Gunn. Best days of my life, he says. Cool. There's a panic roaring around the English community over here. Even the UK exporting food. Export companies can't deliver before Christmas. How non-English ever prepared a Christmas dinner? I don't know. I got a clue. We can't even get flipping in the United Kingdom we're short of turkeys. The only turkeys we've got are the ones they voted for Christmas. Those ones. We've all got to eat Brexiters. Let's eat gammon. Let's have gammon and pineapple. If you get pineapples, that is. Yeah, for Christmas. That's what we've got to do. We've got to go out and hunt down the Brexiters and have gammon for Christmas. That's what you got to do. What a lovely idea that is. And if it gives you the shakes afterwards. You don't want to do that, no. So no, there's problems with turkeys, and just the fact that, well, because of bird flu, it's also because of the fact that they can't get the feed, and the cost of production has gone up. I did videos about this before bird flu was really rare in its ugly head. I actually did videos about this last year as well, actually, about turkeys and chickens and stuff. And a lot of it's down to the CO2 gas and what have you as well, regarding culling and packaging and all that sort of stuff, and being able to process the birds fast enough. You know, they're getting the birds, but they can't do anything with them. So they've got the birds, but they can't cull them and they can't package them up, and get them packaged in time. So they've got a lot of birds, what have you, they're going to have to get rid of, basically. It's pretty horrible, really, isn't it? All got to go vegan. Hello, chatty rat there. How are you doing there, buddy? The suspicion. Faltered there. Not just sawdust. The suspicion is enough. And even if he escapes Socrates, he will ban... What? I'm reading the wrong way up again, aren't I? At least sometimes one of those criminals ends up in jail. Oh, well, let's hope. One day, I hope people like Richie Sunak, he should be in blinking jail. Yeah, he's going against his own blinking rules again. Regarding obviously the sanctions on Russian goods, what have you. I've had an idea. Just send all the EU goods across in a boat from France to Dover. Problem solved. Oh. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
My dear wife is listening. She brought me a coffee. But not just that, she brought me a left Ruby. Oh, she must be one of my fans. I can't believe that. She must have been listening. And then brings me through a coffee. Cheers, love. Oh dear. Oh. Oh, Jay, and hello, Charlotte. I hope you're well there. I hope you're doing okay with your treatment, what have you. Good afternoon, all, says Chatty Rat. One of those criminals ends up in jail. Oh, I just hope they do. The UK still have not complied with the international prison warrants for former benefit. I didn't know that. Cheers, that, buddy. I've had an idea. Just send all the goods over. I know I've said this already. Goods across in boats from France to Dover. Problems solved. The safety of the people coming across. Oh, okay. Those boats. All right. I think those boats are already up to the gunnels regarding the waterline. The idea of filling them up with food as well. I think they're already at risk of drowning. I think the French government are actually doing another investigation. 31 people died in the boat, didn't they? So the French government are doing another investigation. I lived and worked for 12 days in Zurich. I've done already. There's a panic going on. Yep, you're right, not just sawdust. I think that's across the board, though. It's not. It's also here as well. Because obviously, because I live in France, we do have people over here that, they want to buy stuff from the United Kingdom and then they can't. Not anymore. No. We've all kind of said, like for instance, we've had to shop differently regarding presents and gifts for the family, what have you, or if they want to send us anything. We're literally just doing the exchange now, so we get them to, like for instance, I've got some of my kids live in France, but also in the UK. So we're just doing a swap arrangement. If you go buy us that for such and so, wrap it and give it to them, and then we'll do this for you in France for them. So yeah. Just ways of getting around all the fees and the costs. If for instance you want to send us anything from the United Kingdom, especially if it comes from a British business, if it's from one person to person, it's not so bad. But if it's from a business, say for instance an online store, and your destination, there goes my compressor, your destination is here in France from the United Kingdom, well then we're likely to get, if it isn't a bigger company and it's done all the pre-tax things and also sorted out properly, CN22s and what have you, we get coppered at the gate for the fees and the actual if it warrants it, that is, the tax, the VAT on it as well. So although we've got this trading corporation agreement that allows us to import-export without tariffs, it's not always the case. No, sometimes there's VAT to be added plus fees. So for something that would cost 15 quid, you can end up with 13 euros in fees. So it's not really good. Brexit is a pile of poop. It really is. It really annoyed me having to stop buying some things from sound and computer stuff in Britain. Yeah, I used to do that. To be fair, I buy everything here in France now, and Germany. I buy some stuff in Germany, and also else I bought stuff from Germany and Netherlands. Actually, to be fair, medications for the animals, because you probably know all my animals have to drugs now. And we get some from Portugal and we get some from Barcelona. And it's cheaper, a lot cheaper than, darn sight cheaper than the vets. And we don't buy anything from the UK anymore at all. Obviously, I'm just one customer, aren't I? That was buying stuff from the UK. And now, we don't buy anything at all from the United Kingdom. And it's the same old story, isn't it? Across the board, really. It's just... I'm just one person, and there'll be lots of people like me in European citizens, people in a European member state, who are also buying things from the United Kingdom because it didn't make any difference whether it be on eBay or Amazon or anything like that, because it was something they wanted. And those people are saying no now. Even pet food is a problem. I noticed people here in France have you buying pet food from the United Kingdom, and now they don't because they can't, because obviously it's a meat product. Comes under the rules of phytosanitary, just like Simon Sparrow from the Cheshire Cheese Company, he's been in the press again recently saying that it's destroyed a big chunk of his business regarding the fact that phytosanitary on his cheese products, which he was selling to customers in the EU, because the phytosanitary costs just outweigh the price and the value in the goods, unless you're going to be buying like thousands of quid's worth of cheese, and most individuals don't do that. No, unless you're like sort of, I don't know, Jay Rees-Mogg. Not just sawdust, as most of my tools came from the United Kingdom, like Germany, made bandsaw thicknesses, etc. Were cheaper in the United Kingdom than Germany, but those days are all gone. Yeah, 100% right. I used to buy a lot of stuff from Axminster, and another one which I can't remember the name of because I hadn't used it for such a long time. But no, not anymore. Don't buy anything from there anymore. In fact, here in France, I use a company called Outledge 2000. I use them a lot. In fact, my Festool Domino Dowler came from there, and also my big old dust extractor with the big double bag jobby vacuum job, vortex thing, that come from Outledge 2000 here in France. So yeah, I don't buy anything from England anymore. The only thing I really regret that I can't get from the United Kingdom anymore, and things like Cascamite pad resin wood glue, I can't get that anymore. I'd have to bring it over myself. I can't find it here unless somebody knows where I can get it from around here. But yeah, pad resin wood glues, and also just ordering PVA as well. It's really cheap from England to get D-frame, what have you, or PVA wood glues. It was easy, but not anymore. And it was cheap, but not anymore. Actually, some of my wood glue I just get from Action. It's actually good stuff. They do a waterproof PVA, a D-free PVA waterproof wood glue, and it seems to be very good stuff. I've been using it a couple of years now, and it's as good as what I was buying before. But Cascamite pad resin wood glue, which it's a urea formaldehyde glue. It's it's carcinogenic, so it's not great. But it's as a wood glue, it's totally waterproof. You see, so you're doing anything outside or lamination and stuff like that, and it's rigid, so it's good for lots of purposes, lots of jobs. Anyway, I digress. That's wood glue. But tools, no. Generally speaking, I get them from France. I bought some stuff from Germany, to be fair. And the Festool brand that I get whenever I can. It's extremely expensive, but I get from Germany. I actually get Outledge 2000. So yeah. Hello, Casper. Hope you're well, buddy. I'm not going to be online that much longer. I've been making some signs for... done a few. I've got a whole load more to. I hope to get more done actually, but I just realised bits of wood I got are crap. So I need to get some more pallet wood, because the pallet wood, it looks really cool on the pallet wood. You see, like that. You can just spare it. And these are all going with the trees. You see, so I've got a whole load of. Got a big list on I made a document up that I've basically downloaded off the GoFundMe page on GoFundMe for the tree donations, what have you, for the rewilding project that we're doing here. And I've been going through the names and that, and regarding people's requests as well. Like, for instance, if they want anything in particular written on them, all the signs to go with the trees. And some of the signs we might replace later as well for bigger ones once the trees are a bit more established. But obviously, there could be the trees are only like whips at the moment. Most people like donating around 20 euros, 25 euros for a tree, and you get a tree about that sort of high sort of thing, but it is literally a whip, so it's yeah. And then there's the ones obviously we propagated ourselves and that as well. For some reason they're bigger. But the different trees, I think that like the willows and stuff like that, we can propagate quite easily. The willows, they make sense to propagate. There's no point buying the willows. But we talk about the oaks and stuff like that. I want to make you a little bit more established. Because the problem is, if you get into this too small, we can't see them. Well, I have to cut the grass around the trees. I can't just let it grow up around and engulf the trees. And plus, there's rules here. If you don't cut they come and do it for you. I'll Luke or Mary, and they'll charge you through the earth for it, and chop all the trees down at the same time. So I don't want that. So yeah, we are putting quite a few in actually. I will be uploading. Hello, Axmad. I will be uploading a load more little videos and stuff regarding the tree planting and stuff as well. So it's not just going to be politics on this channel. Okay, Gingers. When you come over to the UK, maybe we'll come over to France and bring them with you then. Yeah. We could do with those pallets. They work quite well though, don't they? They look quite good, made up pallets and that. So, I think that... I like the rustic look. They sort of look really cool. So what we do is we're going to coat these, or soak them basic, in linseed oil. So what I do is I tend to have a little container, and I slide them into the container, just let them soak up. I'll flip them around. It goes about halfway, you see. And then just let them drip dry into a tray and pour it back into the tub. So they will sort of like petrified them. So that's what we do. So they'll last. So in some ways, the actual the softwood ones, such as the softwood pallet larch, is better in some ways because it soaks it up more. So and also you can, I think they're pretty cool. And pallet wood. And it's recycling, isn't it? It's recycling instead of using new timber. That's obviously had it's in a day it's made use of it. You can buy the trees through your main website. There should be a GoFundMe on there, but basically what we're doing is we've got a GoFundMe link. It will be in the bottom of this video once I finished it, because I do it for the phone. I can't automatically put the links in until I've done the stream. If it makes any sense. I could have done actually, but I didn't. I forgot. So but there'll be a GoFundMe link in here if you did want to donate a tree and what have you, and we'll put a tree and we'll literally put a sign with the tree. And you can write whatever you want on the sign. So if it's in memory of somebody that you lost, or a pet or something like that, we can do that. In fact, I've got a bird box that I'm not putting. We're going to put up early next year, beginning of the season. There's no point putting up next. It's just got another winter. So there's one bird box at the back, and you probably see it on the back wall hanging up there. I've got 3 more in there with names on in the other barn next door. Plus, I've done several hedgehog houses, which they are out now. I say several, 5 we've done now. 5 hedgehog houses. So they'll gonna have they got names on. One was Herbie, but that's a little bit. We've done the video of that already, so you might have even seen it. Got itchy nose because of dust. I ain't problem doing this, Lark. It's dusty wood, I like trees, but I killed a pine tree when I was a kid. I got traumatised. It's quite easy to do with pine trees. That's the only thing with pine trees. I was watching Grand Designs, and they're trying to get this house basically on a trailer. It's a modular house. Past all these trees, and they cut all the trees back hard, and they're all like Scots pines. Well, they're not going to come back. No, if you cut a pine tree or a liander or anything like that, compressor back hard, the likelihood is that's just going to be a stump there for the rest of its life, basically. You cut past the green or anything like that, conifers, they don't tend to recover. Unlike deciduous trees, well then they tend to shoot and you get all the fresh growth. Like chestnut even and stuff like that. Cut them hard back and they'll just all reshoot. Laurel will just all reshoot. Privet will just all reshoot. If you've got a privet hedge, for instance, that's a little bit manky and what have you, the best thing you can do is we regenerate the hedge by cutting. You do one year, you do one side, you cut it hard back to effectively what would be the stump of the tree or the hedging plant, and you allow that to start regrowing back, and then you do the opposite side, so you don't shock it too much, and you end up with a fresh. Basically, you end up with a new hedge. Privet's brilliant. It's one of the best hedges out there. Just ordinary privet. my favourite hedge, I'd say. Then obviously got hedgerows and have your garden, hedgerow mixers or blackthorn, hawthorn and stuff like that. But generally, privet is my favourite. Planning a road trip April next year. If you have a place to park for food days, of course we do, yeah. If you want to come visit us, you're more than welcome, not just sawdust. Place to park for food days, we are self-supporting with our van. Yeah, cool, we can plug you in and what have you. You've got some electric and that as well if you want. You're more than welcome. Help with some bird boxing signs, that'd be really cool. If it's over you, you can even stream it live if you like. That'd be fun. If anyone knows, not just sawdust, the name is a giveaway. He's got his own channel as well, where he does actually one of his little videos I was watching. It was really cool. He's done like a secret lock thing, like my wooden latches. I make these wooden latches, and he's done some as like a thumb hole range. It's really cool. So yeah, he makes things like wood as well. Yeah, you're more if you want to pop over. If you're doing a bit of a tour where you camp and what have you, we've got a camper. You're more than welcome to come and stay here and give us a hand. That sort of sounds good to me. I'm boycotting the Qatar Shamble. Yeah, COP27. It's a cop out. It's just. Well, the EU were threatened to walk out of it, weren't they? I said this last year. I was very disappointed in it. It was just. Every year they do this. They have this flipping thing, don't they? And they don't actually stick to any of it. Or very little of it. It's all talk. It's all, hey, look at me, look what we're doing. And nothing happens. And we're in a real shit place regarding the environment. The world idea that England are going to hand back the 1966 World Cup as gay rights only became a thing in 1967. Oh, cool. Okay. And there they are. Yeah, in Qatar. Regarding the football and what have you. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that really. Yeah, you got, was it 10 million quid that oh, God's sake. Little squeaky voice, him. 10 million quid. To be a commentator. Or representative. Is it representative you've been? I can't remember now. Yeah, but I don't want to talk about that. It's just makes me angry. Oh man. Isn't just the gay rights and stuff, human rights pieces, these countries, for God's sake, they chop your hands off for stealing an apple. How barbaric they are. Lock you up for being gay. You got people fleeing places like Qatar and what have you, and getting asylum. Their lives are at risk. There's the Fog movie from the sunk ship. Oh my God, the Fog. Oh, what's that called? You talk about the one with the hook and the sou'westers and stuff, and they come. Yeah, horror film. The Fog. Oh, cheers, Mad Monk. Yeah, Mad Monk has just put the GoFundMe in the chat. Oh, cheers, cheers, that buddy. Really appreciate it. Yeah, if you did want to buy a tree, we'll put a tree in the ground. I've got a huge list over here. I can show you. I'll scroll up and down here. It's my computer, my dodgy monitor that I need to replace because it's only at 720p. Because it's only a TV, you see. Names. We've been through loads of them. We're getting through them. So we are doing it. We definitely are doing it. So, yeah. So what I did is I downloaded the spreadsheet for it and then put it into a document to make so I can add notes and stuff. So that's fun. I love it. The thing is, we also find it quite humbling as well. You know, especially when you get ones where people are like, in memory of what have you, maybe they lost somebody, what have you. So it's quite nice to actually. It makes you part of it, doesn't it? You know what I mean? You're making the signs and stuff like that and poetry on their behalf. It's about £11 a pint in Qatar. Blimey. I think the most I've ever paid for a pint of Guinness was in France, actually. And that was at an English bar. That was £9. Oh, my battery's about to run out. Let's get the power back. We'll call it in a minute anyway. Because I need a toilet. I don't know if it's working or not. USB drive added. A drive, isn't it? A drive, it's power pack. I hope the audio hasn't gone off, but that is plugged in. It might work, it might not. Not being allowed to be gay, I know it's ridiculous. It's like it's some sort of disease or something they're trying to make gay, isn't it? There's something wrong with your brain or something, I reckon. Why can't we just live and let live? How many hours do the security guards have to work to afford a Budweiser in Qatar? Crikey, yeah. Well, no, they can't now, can they? Hasn't Budweiser, because that's Budweiser is one of the sponsors, isn't it, at Qatar? And although they were allowed to sell beer there, hasn't that been taken away from them now? Because they're saying no, you want me to get alcohol. Basically, that was the only company that was going to be able to sell any alcohol, and I think they've lost the right now. They've said no to it now. They've gone back on them. They've got their money basically. That's a man says we boycott all World Cups. Now I'm not into football anyway, or a lot of those sorts of team sports that are huge amounts of money involved in. You know, although I have to admit, I was quite with the Lionesses and what have you. I was quite inspired by that because they were just like almost like just ordinary lasses. There wasn't quite so much money involved in it. Nowhere near actually, in fact, but it felt more real. If it makes any sense. I read that security people have been paid 35p an hour. This is what happens when I go backwards with the chat, isn't it? 35. No wonder you're saying how they afford a pint of Budweiser. My God. That's ludicrous. It's like those poor people who got sent back early who worked in the fields. And they had 6-month visa to work on, to pick fruit, what have you. And when it come down to it, they got sent back within 2 months. So there wasn't enough money to cover the debt to come over because they took out loans to come over. But their average wage in was it Peru? Not Peru. I forgot what it was now. Anyway, their average wage was only about equivalent of £3,000 a year, and they had to cost them about $1,500 to get the visa and a flight to come over. And they got took away from them early, which is a bit wrong. They ain't gonna come back again, are they? I'm not keen on another ambassador. I don't like Budweiser either. I just find it too sweet. I don't know. Or they're saying that's quite sweet. That's quite a sweet beer, the Ruby. But at least it's a left. At least it's got alcohol in it. Casper says £9 again. There's yes, I paid. That was good can. That was 2 little cans of Guinness as well, and they stuck it on this little machine thing that kind of shook it or done something to it. And that's supposed to give you like a draft, like beer it was. And it was something £9. And this place was called the Petit Fontaine, and it was in France, not far from here, not far from Bellac. Ladora, little place called the Petit Fontaine, and he charged me €9 for a pint of, basically 2 cans of this Guinness. And it was nothing to speak of, obviously, because it's just canned Guinness, really. Just for an idea, it would earn around 4,500. I was quite inspired by the Ladies Rugby World Cup, but I better not say. I bet you They're selling for about £11 outside the stadium, not inside the stadium. It's like football in Scotland, apart from the £11. They stopped selling beer at the stadium, but the fans' zones can still sell beer. Oh, I see. But £4 per person per day. Oh, I see. Yeah, and I don't particularly like Budweiser myself. It's like I don't particularly like JD either, you know. I'm not a lover of that either, as far as whiskies are concerned. If I want a Sam Ash whiskey, it'd be something like Maker's Mark. I do like Maker's Mark. But they're getting 50%. Fry your brain. Maybe that's why I like it. I hate football. Oh, there we go. I hate football with a passion. And Qatar just makes my decision even better, says Stu. I understand. I'm not a great lover of football. It's not. I don't think it's. I don't feel it's what it used to be. It's just. It's all about the money. So what club's got the most money to buy the best players? That's a business deal. That's not a participation in a game, as far as I'm concerned. That's just a business deal. It's all about the money, honey. Baby. What clubs are those, Casper Northerner? The Knee Breakers, the Armonite, or the Ballot Box? I'm not sure what clubs are they? The Knee Breakers or the Ballot Box? But is it no in bets? I don't know. I'm off switching over to the TV, watching World Cup speed skating in Heerenveen, Netherlands, and have a nice. You take care, buddy. Let us know when you're coming this way, and then we can catch up. That's a man. You know, we were sort of talking the other day on Discord about. I want to do a bit more Scottish stuff, but I need my knowledge base isn't brilliant regarding what's going on in Scotland. All I know is my feelings towards what's going on, if it makes any sense. But regarding t-shirts, you know, we print a lot of t-shirts. So we don't print them ourselves. We use print-on-demand servers, and I do a lot of t-shirt design. So I'd like to do some Scottish ones as well. You see, yeah, but sort of like maybe comical stuff as well as political stuff as well. Yeah, stuff that's relevant. Also about obviously indie ref as well. So we'll put them on obviously Etsy or on the website. Oh, by the way, the website is now got we're putting more and more stuff on the website regarding t-shirts. Still need a bit more design work doing to it. But it is actually working now. I actually ordered a t-shirt for myself via the website. So I paid, yeah. So just make sure it's all working, you see. And it's appears it's coming on Monday. And I had notifications coming on Monday, so it's tomorrow. Yeah, so it appears to be working. So we're doing. It's cheaper to buy them through the website than it is via Etsy and stuff like that, you see. So anyway, I am going to be making a move in a second because I'm running on now. I'm just mumbling, and I really have got to do some other stuff as well. So I thank everybody for joining me here. I know it's a bit of a random stream, and I thank the person who gave me the super chat up there. Really appreciate it. I can't find who it was though, so I do apologise. I've got no notification. What? That's strange. Normally you get like a little thing come up, but there's nothing has come up to say that I've got. Scrolling down, still haven't found anything. Nope, nothing there. No, I don't buy from UK either. No, it's not there. What? That's strange. Normally you get like a super chat notification. I just clicked on super chats and come up either, but it's showing me I've got £4.49, which is probably like €5, I suppose, as a super chat. So I do apologise that I can't acknowledge who it was. I do apologise. That's strange. Anyway, it's time for me to go. So I'll say ta-ta, you know, because I need to go have a wee, you know. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining us, and I hope everyone has the rest of the Sunday. Yeah, have a good one. I might be going live tonight, my usual sort of thing. Well, I say usual, I haven't been that usual recently. Or it might be tomorrow. It depends how I feel and whether or not I can find anything I really want to talk about. So anyway, ta-ta. Oh, where's the button? That button over there, that button over there. Dee. Oh, cheers, Mad Monk, for your help there, buddy. Do you really want to stop streaming? I don't really, but I need the toilet.